Hello everybody, welcome back. In wildlife photography, there's often the doubt of which is the best lens. But I'm aware that it's really hard to tell which is the best, even because many of us have real preference. Anyway, not consider the question of the price. There's a wide range of lenses for every purpose and by every brand. So I won't speak about a specific brand, even because they've got almost every kind of lens, but I'm gonna tell what kind of lenses you can use for wildlife photography. Before going on, if you are interested in topics like that and about nature and wildlife photography, and perhaps you are beginners, you might subscribe to my channel, clicking the link below, and discover the beauty of wildlife photography, as well as the landscape photography. As always, let's crack on. I remember when I was a newbie regarding wildlife photography, and I looked at the most expensive lenses, like 500mm f4 or 600mm f4 lenses, but they were and they are still now out of my way. Anyway, a prime lens is for sure the best choice when you want the best image quality, the fastest AF motor, and the best material for building the lens. And they are suitable in low light conditions as well, so it will allow you to use lower ISO value. And another factor to prefer a prime lens is the smooth blur background when you use them at the maximum aperture. Like this one, but it's a Sony 300mm f2.8 lens, a really good prime telephoto lens. Now I'm going to show you some example of the photo taken with my Sony lens, just to understand how is a picture with that aperture f2.8 and how is creamy the background. Furthermore, a telephoto lens can be also used with the teleconverters, keeping a good image quality and without losing the AF, but changing just the maximum aperture. So, for example, a 500mm f4 lens can get 740mm of focal length at f5.6 with a 1.4 per teleconverter, or a 1000mm of focal length at f8 with a 2 per teleconverter. Speaking about pros and cons, for the pros we have the image quality, the lenses are faster and you can use the teleconverter. The cons are the price, of course, and the weight and the fixed focal length. In the market there are fantastic zoom lenses like the Sigma 200 500mm f2.8, a lens monster. But it's not for everybody due to the price, but staying down to earth, there are several choices you can go for. Usually the best choice is a 150-600mm zoom lens, but have a good focal length range, pretty good image quality, a decent weight, but for really good lenses you have to spend quite a lot. Another masterpiece is the 100-400mm, like this, where the image quality is often very good with a fast AF, and sometimes you can also use a teleconverter with them. Often their image quality are really good, pretty similar to a prime lens, but not with the background that they aren't so bland. These kind of lenses are usually quite compact and lightweight, so you can carry them everywhere without worrying so much about the weight. And a big advantage is that they are suitable in many different conditions due to their flexibility about focal length. Speaking about pros and cons of a zoom telephoto lens, the pros are variable focal length, compact and lightweight, good price. The cons are AF slower than prime lenses, image quality not always at top, no teleconverter, even though not always. In this case, very more choice, and often a cheap lens is very good for that purpose, even because you use them with a small value of aperture to have all in focus. Furthermore, you are more interested to the animal living context than the animal itself, or how they interact with each other. So, in my opinion, there isn't a best lens, I mean a best focal lens to use for this purpose, but it depends on the animal size. With small animal, you might use a focal length range between 35 and 50 millimeters. Keep the lens quite near to the subject. With big animals, I think it's better to use an ultra-wide angle lens like this one in order to have all the animal in the frame. So a 14 or 18 millimeter lens, but also a 24 millimeter lens is good. Of course, you would have to put the camera really close to the animal. Stay careful to camouflage it really well, otherwise the animal will never come out. And to hand, you'll need to think how to control remotely the camera, because you won't be able to stay so close to the subject. This is an example of what you can get using a wide-angle lens. Speaking about pros and cons of a wide-angle lens, the pros are the wide range of focal length and they are cheap. The cons are you need to camouflage them and the remote control. Okay guys, I hope to have given you some good piece of advice, or at least some good ideas. You know, I'm always interested about your opinion, so leave me what you think about this video, and if you like it, please give me a like. As always, take care, respect the nature, and see you soon. Bye bye!